Welcome, seekers of the truth, to the Magical Services channel. So, this is going to be a most supreme horoscope for the general collective with accents on love and career for the day of April 18th of this year of 2026. With that said, collective, let's get into your horoscope. So, collective, we are entering a tightly concentrated energetic window defined by a new moon phase moving from near total darkness into early illumination. The moon begins at just over 5 degrees Taurus and advances steadily toward 20 degrees Taurus, while illumination rises from less than 1% to just over 3%. This is a pure initiation cycle, quiet at first but rapidly stabilizing as the hours progress. At the same time, the sun is moving through the final degrees of Aries from 28 degrees to 29 degrees, closing out a full cycle of raw initiation. There's no hesitation in the sky. Every major personal planet involved in Aries, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, and Neptune is moving direct, reinforcing a forward only momentum. There are no reversals here, no delays. What is set in motion now is meant to move. Simultaneously, a strong Taurus field is forming and intensifying. The moon moves deeper into Taurus throughout the day. Venus remains firmly placed in Taurus in the 22 to 23 degree range, and Uranus sits at the final critical degree of Taurus at 29 degrees. This creates a powerful stabilization axis. What begins under Aries must prove its value under Taurus. That is the governing law of this cycle. What this creates structurally is a dual form system. Aries initiates without compromise, fast decisions, direct communication, immediate action. Taurus evaluates, stabilizes, and either anchors or rejects what Aries has started. There's no neutrality between these two forces. Something is either worth keeping or it is not. As we move through the timeline of this window, the shift becomes clear. At the beginning, energy is raw, internal, and largely unseen. The new moon phase keeps intentions below the surface. But as the moon advances deeper into Taurus and illumination increases, what was internal begins to take form. Emotional clarity increases. Decisions that were uncertain begin to settle. By the later part of the cycle, there's a noticeable shift from questioning to committing. The energy is no longer exploratory, it becomes decisive. The Taurus influence demands proof, consistency, and real world grounding. What cannot stabilize begins to fall away without drama, simply because it lacks substance. In love, this is a decisive and defining window. Venus in Taurus is not interested in temporary connection. It is focused on stability, loyalty, and tangible value. At the same time, the Aries influence across Mercury and Mars removes hesitation in communication and action. This creates a direct confrontation between desire and reality. Connections that are not aligned with real value will begin to show cracks, not through chaos but through clarity. Words are more direct, actions are more revealing. There's less tolerance for inconsistency. If something is not being built on a solid foundation, it becomes increasingly difficult to maintain. At the same time, connections that do align with Taurus energy deepen rapidly. There's a strengthening effect here. Emotional and physical presence becomes more meaningful. What feels stable now will feel even more anchored as this cycle progresses. This is not about chasing, it is about recognizing what already holds weight. There is also an element of unpredictability introduced by Uranus at the final degree of Taurus. This suggests that some realizations in love may come suddenly. Unexpected shifts in perception, sudden decisions, or rapid changes in relational dynamics are possible. However, these shifts are not random, they are corrective. They align relationships with what is real and sustainable. In career and material matters, the pattern is equally clear. The Aries concentration demands execution. Ideas, plans, and intentions are not enough under this influence. There is pressure to act, to initiate, and to move decisively. Mercury and Mars in Aries sharpen decision making and accelerate implementation. Saturn adds a layer of discipline, requiring that actions are not only fast but structured. Neptune in early Aries also introduces vision into this equation, vision or lack thereof sometimes, but it must be grounded quickly. There is potential for inspired action, but only if it is followed by immediate concrete steps. Otherwise, it dissolves. The Taurus field then determines the outcome. Venus in Taurus emphasizes financial value, resource management, and long term sustainability. The moon moving through Taurus reinforces this by bringing emotional investment into material decisions. This is where ideas are tested. If they produce results, they stabilize. If they do not, they are discarded. Jupiter in Cancer continues to expand opportunities connected to security, emotional alignment, and long term growth. However, this expansion is not abstract, it responds directly to the actions taken under the Aries influence and the stability created under Taurus. Growth is conditional here, it follows structure and consistency. Pluto in Aquarius operates in the background, slowly restructuring long-term systems, particularly those connected to collective dynamics, technology, and future-oriented strategies. While its movement is slow, its influence is constant. It reinforces that the changes being made now are not temporary. They are part of a larger transformation process. By the end of this cycle, the pattern resolves clearly. What began as impulse under Aries becomes tested under Taurus. What holds value stabilizes, what does not is left behind. There's no ambiguity in the outcome. What begins now is direct, intentional, and action driven. What stabilizes what proves its worth quickly and consistently. What falls away is anything that cannot translate into real, tangible value. This is not a passive period, it is a defining one. The moment from initiation to stabilization is rapid, and the decisions made within this window carry forward into the next phase with lasting impact. So that's what I had for you today, collective. I hope you enjoyed it. I surely made it for you to enjoy. And if you did, please like this video, comment this video, share this video, subscribe to our channel so you get first dibs on future uploads. And of course, that would help me grow the Supreme channel of ours in case you wanted to help me do that. And check out the offer in the description box. It could be interesting in case you check your sign readings. And check out my videos because I make sure to always keep fresh stuff on here for y'all. Always, always, always. And even your astrology doesn't come from like I'm not catching the wave off another website or something like that, like a lot of astrologers do, a lot of other folks do. They go online, look up somebody else's website on the positions of the planets. I don't do that. I created my own laboratory offline. It doesn't need the internet even, let alone go to another person's website. And I created mine with the programming language called Python. And that's how you all get your all your data. That's where all your data comes from. So yeah, with that, I can indeed create fresh stuff for you all the time, and I do. And yeah, so check them out. There will be some all sign ones and sign specific ones, longs and shorts, divinations and horoscopes, and whatever else y'all want to see. So please do let me know about it. And in case you're wondering about the services of magical services, I offer personal astrology charts of all kinds, useful for all aspects of life. Natal charts could be done to see why you are the way you are. Synastry charts could be done to see the energy between you and someone else, to see how you impact one another, if you're compatible or not, and or just how to be more tactical and strategic in your approach to that relationship as to make it endure, for instance. I mean, synastry readings are seriously, in my opinion, better than any love reading that you could get from the best divination master, because this talks astrology gets to the core of the matter, like what is really the underlying current, what is really like what is the structure, the underlying structure, the bone structure of the dynamics. And a lot of divinations tend to get really emotional and good, but it's not an emotional thing, it's a structural thing, like if the river flows a certain way, that's the way it flows. It can't flow in another way. You know what I mean? So you gotta adapt to that flow and that current, or at least learn how to navigate it. Um, And also, composite readings could be done to see the actual energy of a relationship created between you and someone else, as if you're an entity of its own, once again, so you could be more strategic and tactical in your approach to that relationship. Um, or suppose you had a very special date or a very special appointment or a very special event in past, present, and in the future, and you wanted to know how the astral bodies will align for you personally in regards to that event, whether it is you setting the event or somebody else set the event. A chart can be done for that, so you can once again be more tactical and strategic in your approach to the event as to get the most out of it. Um, and having been initiated into magic since the age of 10 in West Africa, I do have more than 3 decades of magical practice behind me, so I have various spells in regards to various aspects of life, if not all aspects of life. Just ask and we'll see if we can make it happen, more how we can make it happen. And should you request a magical spell to be done, then its divination will be done beforehand with geomancy and or tarot. That's so that we can be more precise and accurate in the magical mission. Um, with that being said, if any of those services sound like things that could be useful to you in your life, please do contact me. My email is in the about section below. You can befriend me on my Facebook channel, which has the same exact name as this one, Magical Services, and then we can share direct messages if that is more your style. Um, with all that said, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being here, and until the next time, blessings.